Hi, everyone. I hope this finds you all doing well, staying healthy, of course, staying sane, which I know isn't always easy. It seems like we've been dealing with this quarantine and all the restrictions for months now, even though it's been a few weeks. And as we get through mid-April, even the most optimistic of forecasts that I'm seeing have us dealing with the quarantine and all the restrictions for a few more weeks at the earliest, and can certainly be a lot longer than that as things continue to unfold. And so I was thinking this morning that all of you are probably just taking great advantage of this time, just being very productive and knocking off all those things on your to-do list. Some might call them a honey-do list. But you know, just all those projects around the house that you've been putting off and meaning to get to, and now we finally have the time to do it. And I'm sure you guys are much better than me at this, and you're just knocking them off your list one by one. And I was getting a little concerned this morning that you might be running out of things to do, you might be getting bored, and so I wanted to offer something that to put on your list and something that you can take care of now that you're looking for things to do. And it's something that will likely brighten your day. I know it's a positive thing that a lot of people are eager to deal with and talk about and think about, and it's just it'll be a bright spot. And of course, I'm talking about estate planning. And I hope you can sense the sarcasm that I was throwing out here with this, because it's the exact opposite. It is something most of us do not want to think about, much less talk about. Many of us have been meaning to do this for years, and it's amazing how quickly time goes by, and still many of you may not have a plan in place, or you may have a plan, but it may be severely outdated. And so what I wanted to talk about today was not necessarily the need or the importance to have an updated will or trust, or all those documents. That is certainly important, but not what I wanted to discuss with you today. As you know, I'm not an attorney. I'm not able to help you directly with those types of documents, but we're happy to help get you prepared to work with an attorney if you need to. But what I wanted to talk to you about today was a tool called Everplans. And Everplans is part of our suite of planning tools that we have in our Freedom 7 program. And many of you are already familiar with it. We've had a lot of clients that have already signed up for it and they're using Everplans, but I know there are many out there that have not yet gotten started. And so I think now is as good of a time as we will ever have to jump in and deal with this thing. Just bite the bullet and set aside several hours to get started on this. And I promise you will feel better afterwards. Now, what is Everplans? I think of Everplans like this. If something unexpectedly happens to me, whether that is me dying in a car accident, falling ill, whatever it may be, where I am no longer able to handle my own affairs, or tragically I pass away, and someone now needs to step into my life, step in and look at all of my stuff and my family and everything that is happening, and they need to now deal with it and they need to help with it. All right. These are sometimes called our executors. It's typically a family member, a close friend, someone that you trust to come in, and you know that they'll be able to step in and do what needs to be done to handle everything. That's quite a daunting task for anyone that has had to step into that role for a family member or a friend. It's a lot. And if you think about the everything else that would be going on during that time, the stress that you will feel, the grief that you will feel going through mourning, and then now having to step in and deal with this, and in many cases it can be very daunting. We have helped a lot of clients through this difficult process. I have seen some very good situations. I have seen some nightmare situations, and of course, everything in between. And so I look at this as one of the most important things that we can do for not necessarily ourselves. I think of this as a gift to our family, to our friends, to whomever is going to be handling this important task for us. I think of it as a gift to be able to have an organized plan ready to go, so that whomever steps in knows exactly what needs to be done, knows exactly where things are, does not have to go searching through piles and piles of old documents trying to figure out where things go or who needs to be contacted contacted or anything like that. I mean, you can imagine how stressful that can be. And if your situation is complicated and you're dealing with vacation homes, multiple accounts, insurance policies, not to mention all the things that go along with running a household, it's a lot. And so Everplans is a tool that helps you get organized with all of those things. It helps you get organized with your estate planning documents, but it goes a whole lot further. It looks at all of your household items that need to be taken care of, all the bills, and how much you're typically paying, where the money is going, what items you have on automatic payment from your bank account, and so on. It looks at all your different insurance policies. It'll look at any business documents that you have. It goes so far into even some of what I call the softer items, such as sharing family recipes, writing love letters to your family members that you might want, things that you may not want to share with them now, or it's difficult to talk about now, but you want to leave some sort of legacy and something behind to let everyone know how you felt about them. I mean, things like that even talking about them kind of gives me the chills, thinking about what the family would need, or how they would feel if I was able to deliver something like that to them. And so I think it's a tremendous tool that everybody should take a look at, even if you're someone who has the binder all ready to go. And that's the most common response that I get is, Todd, this sounds great, but I already have my binder and everything's ready to go. That's fine, and that is a good approach, and that works for a lot of people. And I'm not saying you should discontinue that and go to Everplans, but I would urge you to still take a look at Everplans, because of all the different categories and topics that they have listed there. I think you might find one or two that you haven't thought of, or maybe something else that you want to include in your binder. If you're comfortable with using Everplans online like I am, then you can just enter all that information directly onto the website. And through the process, you'll name what they call a deputy. A deputy is the person that eventually you want this information to pass along to, so that they can step in and handle your affairs. And so we'll provide several links here to get you started. Again, this is a free service that we offer to our clients, so I urge you to take advantage of it. All you need to do is contact us, shoot me an email, or you can shoot an email to Sarah Allback, my team member who helps a lot with setting these up. We'll also put together a kind of a how-to video on how to get started here. But I urge you again, just with the extra time that we have, this is a great opportunity to deal with this task that most of us just want to continue putting off, and I think it'll be a great time to do this. So take a look, let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to help, and I hope you find it to be as helpful as I did.